Hey everybody, so I want to share with you all how I repurposed a painting to create wall decor. So a few years ago, I painted a painting that I was never feeling, and fast forward to this week, I decided that I was going to repurpose it by covering it with fabric. So the things that I needed were, of course, my canvas, fabric, a staple gun, and spray adhesive. So if you plan on doing a project where you're going to make wall decor by covering it with fabric, the type of spray adhesive you need it to bond paper, cardboard, fabric, foam, wood, and more. And I only say all of those things because it's on here, but of course you definitely need to make sure that it bonds fabric to something else. Okay, so the only other thing that you need is this staple gun. And I'm not going to tell you what brand I purchased because after the first use I'm already having problems with it. All right, you guys, so as stated, I am just showing you how I'm just pressing out all of the wrinkles to make sure that it is wrinkle free prior to me adding this fabric to my canvas. All right, so I'm hand pressing this fabric out, making sure that there's still no wrinkles. And I'm also going to make sure that I know the proper placement for this canvas prior to me adding the spray adhesive. Now, when I turn this canvas over, you can see this is what I'm actually covering. It may not look bad at this angle, but I just was never feeling it. All right, so I'm spraying this spray adhesive onto the canvas, and I'm not spraying too much because I am indoors and I do not have an industrial grade mask on. I only have a cotton mask that I made during the pandemic, so I made sure that I wasn't too heavy handed on the spray. So what I'm going to do is make sure that I kind of hand press the canvas and making sure that the fabric is adhering to the canvas pretty good prior to me adding the staples. So you'll see me hand press this out a few times and kind of test it to see if it's sticking to the canvas enough. All right, so I'm going to start adding the staples to the canvas. And at first I was using the 12mm size staples, and eventually I decided that that was not working for me and went to the 8mm size staples. So now I'm cutting the extra fabric using scissors, but because I don't have a whole lot of extra fabric, I decided that folding it underneath will do just fine. Okay, so if you don't have a whole lot of fabric that's left over, it's probably not necessary that you cut the extra fabric. You can probably just kind of fold it under as if you were, wrapping a present, and still achieve that very clean and neat look. Okay, you guys, so as I step out of the way from in front of the camera, I'm showing you that I'm no longer using my scissors to, kind of get rid of that extra fabric. I'm just folding the fabric underneath itself. And I got that clean and neat look that I needed. So besides the malfunction of my staple gun, I would say that this is a fairly simple project if all of that did not happen, right? And it probably would have been a lot faster, even though it still was a fairly quick project. So one of the issues I had was my staple jamming in the gun. And so that kind of took away some time of, just me being able to flow right through this project. And also, parents, if you have younger children, please make sure you use your best judgment on the age where you would think that they are ready to take on a project such as this, where they have to use a staple gun. My children are so small to the point where they think that everything is a toy, and these staple guns are nothing to play around with. And actually, they were nowhere near the room when I was doing this project. So even after I finished this project, I made sure to unload the staple gun and put it back in the box. All right, so after a while of me trying to get those jam staples out of the staple gun, I was able to successfully get them out and start using the 8mm staples, and those work a lot better than the 12mm staples. Now, as I start using the staple gun again, the pressure point thing pops off. And that's where I'm saying I don't know if that's manufacturer related. It did not take much for that to happen, so I'm definitely going to make an inquiry. But besides that, it did not affect the functionality of the staple gun, at least not for this project. And I was able to finish the project successfully. All right, so after messing around with this corner piece of the fabric for a while, I decided to use my scissors and cut off the extra fabric so that it would not create any bulkiness. All right, so after I figured out that corner piece, I decided to put my scissors back down and continue with my idea of folding the fabric underneath in order to create that clean look. All right, so now we are getting close to the end. This is the last side that I will staple down, and we will be wrapping it up in a few minutes. All right, everybody. So we are at the end of this wall decor project. If you have any questions or comments, make sure to leave them below. If you like this video, hit the thumbs up. Please remember to subscribe to our YouTube channel and hit the bell for notifications of when we drop our videos. Until next time, bye.